A significant change is quietly reshaping how Pakistan manages its public money. This change is called Ipsas 19. It stands for International Public Sector Accounting Standard 19. This standard deals with something called provisions, contingent liabilities, contingent assets. In simple terms, it is a set of rules. These rules help government organizations to properly account for future financial obligations and potential gains. It brings a new level of clarity and honesty to public finance. This is not just a technical update for accountants. The public sector in Pakistan has historically operated with financial systems that are now outdated. Many government entities have followed cash-based accounting for a long time. This method only records transactions when cash is actually received or paid. It's simple, but dangerously incomplete, failing to capture future obligations. For example, promises to government employees, retirement benefits, long-term service awards are real costs. That creates a significant national blind spot. Departments face unexpected financial burdens. A large court settlement can appear out of nowhere. A massive environmental cleanup bill can do the same. These surprises usually had warning signs for years. Ipsas 19 fixes this. It makes entities recognize and report those future costs today. To understand Ipsas 19, we need to look at its origins. The standard was created by the International Public Sector Accounting Standards Board, or Ipsas. This independent body works to improve public sector financial reporting around the world. The Ipsas recognized a major problem. Governments were making promises and facing potential costs without properly recording them. It was like a family promising to pay for a child's university education, but never including that future cost in their budget. The development of Ipsas 19 was heavily influenced by a similar private sector standard, IAS 37. The core principles are very similar. The idea was to bring corporate discipline to public sector accounting. The Ipsas adapted IAS 37 principles to fit the unique context of governments and public entities. Public sector obligations can arise from laws and regulations, not just contracts. This standard was designed for public sector scenarios and created a unified framework any government department could apply. International organizations like the World Bank and the IMF began encouraging countries to adopt Ipsas as part of reform programs. At its heart, Ipsas 19 is about recognizing future responsibilities today. Think of a provision as a probable future expense you must set money aside for. The standard says you must record a provision if three conditions are met. First, present obligation because of a past event. Second, probable outflow of resources to settle it. Third, you can make a reliable estimate of the amount. Diagram: provision, probable. Diagram: contingent liability, possible. Diagram: contingent asset, possible. Imagine a government-owned factory has been polluting a local river for years. The government passes a new law requiring the factory to clean up the environmental damage. Experts can likely provide a reliable estimate of the cleanup cost, so the factory must create a provision now. All right. So for any public sector entity in Pakistan, the first step towards implementing Ipsas 19 is education and capacity building. This really isn't a task for just the finance department. It requires understanding across the whole organization. Leaders, managers, legal teams must be trained on the basic principles of the standard. The finance team will need specialized, in-depth training on measurement and disclosure. Workshops, seminars, and easy-to-understand guidebooks tailored to the Pakistani context. Without a knowledgeable team, implementation is bound to fail. The second step is a thorough identification process. Review operations, contracts, legal cases, and public announcements. This is like a detective's investigation. Involve legal counsel, engineers, operations managers. A comprehensive list of potential provisions and contingent liabilities is the key output. Next is assessment and measurement. Determine probability and estimate costs. Hire actuaries or engineers if needed. Finally, record provisions on the balance sheet, recognize the expense in the income statement, and add detailed notes for contingencies. One of the biggest challenges for implementing Ipsas 19 in Pakistan is the lack of technical expertise. Many finance departments are staffed with professionals trained in the old cash-based system. They may not have experience assessing probabilities or estimating future cash flows and present values. Another significant hurdle is the availability and reliability of data. Historic records are often scattered or missing. Gathering and cleaning historical data is massive, time-consuming work requiring verification and cross-checks. This process can be expensive and delay proper implementation. There is also cultural resistance within the bureaucracy. The old system was familiar and simple. Ipsas 19 forces transparency that can make managers uneasy and make the true cost of political promises visible. It can lead to difficult conversations about affordability and sustainability. Accurately assessing obligations requires close collaboration between finance teams and legal departments. Bridging this gap is essential. Overcoming inertia requires strong leadership, a clear mandate, and legal backing. Make the reform non-negotiable. Despite the challenges, the benefits of adopting Ipsas 19 for Pakistan are immense and far-reaching. The most immediate benefit is a dramatic improvement in financial transparency. Citizens, parliamentarians, and watchdog organizations can finally see the true cost of government operations. This transparency is the foundation of accountability. When policymakers have a clear view of all liabilities, they can make more informed choices and better plan long-term projects. This shifts focus from short-term cash to long-term strategic financial planning. Adopting Ipsas 19 enhances Pakistan's credibility on the international stage. It sends a powerful signal to investors, credit rating agencies, and donors, potentially improving ratings and lowering borrowing costs. Implementing Ipsas 19 leads to better risk management by identifying contingent liabilities early and encouraging mitigation. This proactive approach can save money long-term and lead to better public services, schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. Greater transparency and better risk management contribute to economic stability and attract investment. Pakistan has made commendable progress in its journey towards adopting Ipsas. The Auditor General of Pakistan has been a key driver, championing the move from cash to accrual accounting. A phased implementation plan has been developed, recognizing this can't be done overnight. Pilot implementations in Pakistan Railways, Pakistan Post, and the Central Directorate of National Savings are learning grounds. Pilots identify practical challenges, test new systems, and build hands-on experience. With support from partners like the World Bank, training programs for thousands of finance personnel have been launched. Professional bodies are updating curriculums and offering specialized public sector accounting certifications. Supporting IT systems are being upgraded. ERP screens showing accrual entries and dashboards. The roadmap expands accrual accounting to ministries, divisions, and provincial governments, redesigning financial templates. Momentum is clear. The country is moving deliberately toward transparent, accountable public finances. This builds a stronger financial foundation for the nation. In summary, Ipsas 19 is a game changer for Pakistan's public sector. It is not merely a technical accounting standard, but a powerful tool for transformation. By requiring government entities to account for future obligations, it brings honesty and foresight to public financial management. It moves us away from a short-sighted cash-based system that often hid the true state of our finances. The journey requires sustained effort, investment in training, data, and strong political will. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Progress will be slow and steady. The benefits, better transparency, decision-making, international credibility, and improved services are undeniable. This leads to better schools, hospitals, roads, and a more prosperous future for every Pakistani. Adopting Ipsas 19 is a promise to the people, more accountable, responsible, and financially sound government. Stay the course. This reform will build a stronger nation for generations to come. For more resources on Ipsas 19 and implementation guides, see links below.